In this video, I'm going to go over the backside boneless. I'll explain exactly what a backside boneless is, how you can get into it, and more importantly, I'm going to explain the secret to getting back out. A backside boneless consists of scooping your board into your front hand and grabbing near the front pocket while simultaneously planting your front foot and keeping your back foot on the tail before jumping back on. That was difficult to say. These can really be done anywhere, but they're usually done in a quarter pipe, and that's where I'll be teaching you. Let's start by discussing how you can get into the backside boneless. As you head up the transition, have your front foot covering the front bolts. Your back foot should be in the pocket near the tail in preparation for the scoop out of the ramp. As you come up the ramp, take your front foot off the board and plant it down on the coping. As this is happening, use your momentum to push your board up the ramp with your back foot, grab it with your front hand while bending your back leg so you can keep your back foot on the board. The main factor that's going to dictate how fast you can figure this trick out is the steepness of the ramp. Notice how I said steepness and not the overall size. The reason I've said size isn't important is because you can find a big ramp to try this on, but if it's too mellow, then you'll still have trouble when trying to catch the board. Contrast this with finding a ramp that might be smaller but has a steeper transition. You'll still find it easier to catch the board. This is because catching the board relies on the board being thrusted up off the top of the ramp, so it's easy for you to grab. You'll notice this if you try it on a steep enough ramp. Even if you aren't comfortable on it and you wouldn't be able to bring it back in, it's helpful just to try a backside boneless on a larger or steeper ramp, just so you can see what I'm talking about. If you're committed to trying this on a ramp that is smaller than 4 foot, then chances are that you will have issues when trying to grab the board. If you find yourself in this position, then my advice would be to just accept that you're always going to have trouble when trying this trick on a smaller ramp. But just do what you need to do to catch the board just now, and we'll come back to this later on. The second phase of this trick is getting back out. Your first instinct might be to just let go of the board and jump on. This is what I did when I started trying this trick, but I noticed a huge issue. The board would just sort of fall into the ramp somewhat unpredictably, with me just hoping to be lucky enough to get my feet back on. You might get away with this from time to time, but obviously this isn't good for consistency, and it won't work on larger ramps. Then one day I made one small adjustment that changed everything for me. Instead of just allowing the board to drop, I noticed that if I brought the board up and into my foot, I would almost make it suck up and stick to it. This made jumping back on the board both safe and reliable. I'd recommend trying this on flat a few times before taking it to the ramp. You'll know you've got this when you can feel the board sticking to your feet before hitting the ground. When you're confident you've got that, you can take it to a bank or a small ramp. From here, all you have to do is commit to the jump. Once you've committed to jumping back into the ramp, be sure to practice this a few times so you know you've got it and we can look at the catch again. Choose the smallest ramp that you can still catch the board comfortably on. Remember, it doesn't need to be big. You can pick something that's small but steep, just so it's not scary. Now, use your momentum to bring the board up into your hand, turn your body so it's parallel to the coping, and plant your foot on it. From here, it's just doing what you already know how to do. Find the courage to jump back in. Regardless of what size ramp you learned this on, the motion is the same. If anything, catching the board in hand actually makes this trick easier to do. Always keep your body weight inside the ramp in preparation for jumping back on, and try to avoid hopping more than once, like this.